fighting back tears.
Difficult day. Very, very difficult.
City leaders remember NOPD detective Everett Briscoe.
Everett was a gem. He was a jewel. He loved this community, and he did everything he could to help make it better.
The community mourns the loss of a husband, a father, and a member of Zulu, as cops in Houston, Texas are still searching for a killer.
This crime will not go unanswered.
The news at 10 starts right now.
Live, local, late breaking. This is WDSU News at 10.
The city of New Orleans is in mourning. The New Orleans Police Department is in mourning. And we're mourning with the Briscoe family.
We are bringing you extended coverage on the loss of NOPD detective Everett Briscoe and the hunt for his killers, a husband, a father, and a beloved community member. Hearts are heavy right here in the city of New Orleans, from City Hall to the Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club. But let's start tonight where this tragic murder happened, in Texas. WDSU Sherman DeSalle is live in Texas, anchoring our extended team coverage from Houston with the very latest information. Sherman?
Yeah, good evening, Travers. We're in front of the Grotto restaurant in the Galleria area off of Westheimer. This is where that shooting took place, that deadly shooting took place, ending the life of Detective Briscoe of the NOPD. It happened yesterday evening, according to police. They say that Briscoe was with some friends and fellow Zulu members here eating outside of the outdoor patio when two men walked up. An armed robbery ensued, and that's when the armed robbery turned bad, and Briscoe ended up shot and killed. Now, also, his friend and fellow Zulu member, DJ Rakofi Sr., was shot and critically injured in this. Police say these are the two suspects, and they are still at large tonight. This is also a picture of the vehicle that they were driving at the time, a silver-colored sedan. Now, police in Houston, they are combing through all of the evidence, trying to ID the suspects at this hour. There's currently a $10,000 reward for information that could lead to an arrest in this case. City leaders, they tell us officers are working around the clock to bring justice to this NOPD officer who came to the city for some much needed time off. That's according to Chief Sean Ferguson. Houston's Mayor Sylvester Turner, he spoke to our media partners here in the city today. He's urging those who may know something about this case to say something.
Somebody knows something about these shootings. Very few things happen in secret or where no one knows what's taking place. So I certainly want to encourage any person, family member, friend, associate, you name it. If you have any information about, for example, these two individuals who committed this crime at the restaurant in the 4700 block of Westheimer, provide that information to us.
Now, Houston police tweeted this tonight in response to Chief Sean Ferguson's statement on the falling officer. It reads, quote, "Our collective hearts are heavy with you, Chief Ferguson, and the men and women of NOPD, as you all mourn the loss of Detective Briscoe. May he rest in peace. The second shooting victim and his family are also in our thoughts in this most difficult time." Spoke with a spokesperson from the Houston Police Department who said that there will be no further announcements given this evening, but this is still an active investigation, and like we mentioned, the suspects are still on the run. Now, while it may have happened here in Houston, Texas, the pain is felt in the Crescent City. People from City Hall to NOPD and members of the community who knew Detective Briscoe best, they were honoring and remembering his life tonight. That's where we pick up with WDSU's Harrison Golden. He joins us live to tell us how Detective Briscoe was honored tonight. Harrison?
Well, Sherman, Everett Briscoe literally wore so many hats here in New Orleans. He was a police officer, a detective. In fact, he was a father. He was a Zulu prince. He was also an alum of the Southern University Human Jukebox, among so many other points of recognition here in this city. And today was the day for members of his city to tip their hats to him. They played their brass through the pain, fighting back tears by marching forward. in between the musical notes, some personal notes on the Everett Briscoe they knew.
Everett Briscoe is the greatest father, role model that I've ever met in my life.
Shan Williams first met Briscoe not as an officer, but as a member of the Zulu Social Club, which they both joined more than a decade ago.
I looked up to him. He's younger than me, but I looked up to the way he carried himself as an officer, as a man, and as a husband. He's a great guy.
He was known for giving his heart out. And this is what people like him in this position gets from the New Orleans community. He gets support. He gets real support.
No words can explain how everybody feel out here.
Sean Goffner-Grow served on the police force with Briscoe, and as it happens, her husband went to college with him. She says it's proof that it's a small world when you have a big heart.
It's strong dedication, and it shows a good person he was as well. Even the things he did outside of the job.
I mean, anything that he was a part of, he loved it.
Then there's Marvin Belisle. He went on Facebook Saturday night trying to explain what he thought unexplainable. And he wrote Briscoe this, quote, "I guess God needed you to protect his gates."
He's going to be truly missed by a lot of people. He has touched a lot of people's lives, a lot of people's hearts.
A lot of people indeed. Among them here, Briscoe leaving behind his wife and 2 sons. No word yet on funeral arrangements, though, of course, we will keep you posted as we learn more. For now, reporting live, Harrison Golden, WDSU News.
Harrison, thank you. Sherman, let's get back to you in Texas. Quick question. How long do police plan to continue this intensive search?
Well, the indications is that this search will last for quite a while until they find the suspects who are responsible for this. As you may know, we've talked about this. We've covered, and Travers, you've covered a lot of officer-involved shootings, an officer fallen off duty or on duty, and we know that that comes with a high-intensity type of search and mission for all of the police officers involved. And keep in mind that this is a more personal type of connection with NOPD and Houston PD, because the superintendent, Chief Sean Ferguson, and Chief Troy Finner here in Houston, they have been friends for at least almost a decade. They take this personally, not just as friends, but also as brothers in arms. So we'll be, of course, keeping you posted with whatever Houston PD comes up with. We have no new announcements from them tonight, but we do expect to hear from them tomorrow. Back to you.
All right, Sherman, thank you very much. You are our eyes and ears on the ground there. We'll have much more with you coming up at 10:30. And speaking of city leaders here in New Orleans, the mayor, police chief, and others fought back tears while talking about Briscoe today. The city's top cop could barely find the words.
We're here today to more or less confirm confirm the loss of one of our own.
Briscoe was a 13-year vet who worked as a detective in homicide and several other police districts. The mayor, also heavy-hearted.
And we will ensure that Miss Briscoe and their boys feel the love of this city, feel the love of this department for years to come.
City Councilman Jay Banks was a longtime friend.
He loved this community, and he did everything he could to help make it better.
He says crime all across this country has to stop.
This cancer of senseless violence has to stop. And I hear all these people talking about they got a cure for crime and they know how to stop crime. Well, tell me. No other family should have to go through this.
City leaders in Houston have been dealing with a spike in violent crime, much like we're seeing here in New Orleans. Now, we talked with Councilwoman Abby Kamen. She chairs their Public Safety Committee and has deep ties to the city of New Orleans. She lived here for almost a decade before moving home to Houston and being elected to the city council.
This crime will not go unanswered. I know that HPD, Chief Finner, has been in touch with NOPD. Our mayor, Mayor Sylvester Turner, has been in communication with Mayor Cantrell. Our hearts are together on this one, but this senseless crime has got to stop.